Hey friends, welcome to the Johnson City Living Podcast, where we learn about the people, places, events, and flavors that make Johnson City just a lovely place to live. I'm your host, Colin Johnson, with the Colin and Carly Group and Keller Williams Realty. If you're interested in buying or selling a home in the area, or if you're looking at investing in a rental property, give us a call at 423-930-8003, and we will look forward to helping you. Now, let's get to today's episode.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Johnson City Living Podcast with your hosts, Colin Johnson, and I'm Marissa McGarry with Maypop Media. I'm excited because today I'm actually going to interview Colin. We're turning the turntables
Turn
here.
down the turntables. Marissa is the awesome half of Mitch and Marissa with Maypop Media. They make all this happen. I just talk. I don't even know how it gets onto the internet. So thank you all for doing what you do. And
You're welcome. The
making
behind
it
the
look
scenes
amazing.
is super fun, but I'm excited to be on the camera today.
Yeah, thank you for interviewing me.
We'll chit chat. I have some good questions for you, but first, Colin, I want to know, how long have you been doing real estate? Because you're like the guy around here, right?
So I was listening to one guy, and he was a big producer in another market, and he said, all you have to do is just hang in there, and after a certain amount of time, you will be the guy because you've outlasted everybody else. So Carly and I have been selling real estate here in East Tennessee for 25 years now.
Wow.
I know, it's a long time.
25 years.
Yep. I started when I was 4. Not quite. Not quite.
Wow. And do you think you're going to do it for forever?
I love it. I love it.
It seems like every day's a little bit different to where you don't get too bored of it, right?
It is totally different. Everybody's different. Every house is different. Every deal's a little different. It is just fun. Christian's now working on getting his license. Cameron's down in Charleston. I think he's interested in possibly getting his license. So
that's awesome.
I see us doing it for quite a while. Kind of like this, everybody's got a story, right? And so that's why the podcast, I just wanted to hear people's stories. And same with the real estate side of it, right? I mean, every house is a little different, but it's really about the people that go into them. And I just love people. And so I love the houses because the people live in them.
Houses are such a big part of our life stories. Like, that's where a lot of life happens,
yes,
you know?
I know.
Especially once you're out of school. Man, I mean, everybody needs a house.
They do. And the average net worth of a renter is like $40,000. The average net worth of a homeowner is $250,000. That's just average, you know. And so I love helping people build wealth through real estate. I want them to see, like, later on, they're like, oh, I'm glad I made this purchase because now we've got money to move forward and do something else, or you know what I mean. And so it's a lot of fun.
I truly feel like life is a game of Monopoly. Like, you got to get on the board.
You got to get on the board. And what do you do to win Monopoly?
You have the most houses.
You got the most properties. That's right.
And so I definitely, as Mitch and I progress in our careers and get a little more comfortable, we want to maybe start some investments, get on, spread out on the board a little bit.
I agree 100%. And we're looking forward to helping you. Yeah. And we do property management too, so you don't even have to do anything. You just, we go find the property, you like it, you're like, this seems like a good deal. Mitch goes in and fixes it up with all his handyman skills, and then we rent it out, and you get a check every month.
Yeah.
And then later on you go, hey, this thing's paid off. Now we're getting a really big check every month, So you don't have to.
I study a lot, and I like to listen to a lot of podcasts with entrepreneurs and business owners, and it seems like all the successful people in the world are on the board. They have real estate as one of their income opportunities. And I think I read a book or a podcast or something that's like the magic number is 7, like to have 7 income opportunities, have diversity in your...
Yeah.
Don't have all your eggs in one basket type of a thing.
Yep.
And it seems like a lot of successful people, I think, are able to come by some extra income or residual income through real estate.
Yeah,
so,
whether it's rental or maybe you just you own multiple houses, they're only going up in value.
Yeah.
Now it does take some money to maintain them and that kind of thing, and but yeah, I mean, Carly and I are working on trying to get as many rentals as we can one day so that we can retire. If you've got enough rental income coming in, right, that offsets your
retirement plan.
That offsets your day job, and then you're like, oh, okay, well, I don't have to.
Yeah.
go hustle it every day. I can turn that over to somebody else for the most part. And
Yes.
and then the cool thing is the houses are still there, right? And so the houses are going up in value, the rent's going up every year, but your payment, is kind of staying the same. So you're getting a kind of a double whammy. And then the tax advantages too are fantastic because you get to write off your mortgage income is the debt part of it. You get to, anytime you put in like a new door or windows or a roof or whatever, that comes out of your, off the bottom line against your profit. So you're kind of doing it tax-free, which is helpful. And then so the government wants us to buy houses and invest in real estate. And so they do everything they can to help you, which is very...
They don't want you to just keep your cash under the mattress.
They don't. They too understand that home ownership is huge. And that's what really solidifies communities, and you're just, it's just more stable environment when you have your own house.
Yeah.
Families do better.
Give me like a little bit of I'll start that. So Colin, I'd love to know a little bit, what's a day in the life as a real estate agent? I know you have like a little bit of a small team. Just walk me through, what your day-to-day looks like, maybe a couple of days.
Couple of days. They're all different, which is fun. I usually wake up around noon and then, hit a lunch, and then we'll go do some TV shoot kind of stuff like this. And then, I got to hit the golf course. And Carly and I will go to dinner and I go to bed about 10 o'clock, Yeah, right.
Yeah, right. It's a hustle.
It's a hustle. I love getting up early, number one. And so I'm up around 5:30. Go to the gym. I want to get that in ahead of time because if I don't know what my day looks like, right? You may call and go, Mitch just saw this house. Let's go look at it.
Yeah.
And I go, okay, let's go look at it. And nowadays I have to have you sign a form before we go look at it. But so mornings I can control a little bit. And so I'll have meetings in the mornings a lot of times with clients or friends or the team. I'll try and knock out some stuff or do lead generation, which is where I reach out and go, hey, Marissa, who do you know that needs to buy or sell a house? And so I'm asking that question a lot. Or what would it take for me to be the only person you think about when you think about real estate, right? And so I'm asking these people these questions a lot. And then, I'm meeting, my job is to go meet and talk to like 20 people a day. And then so I'm all over the place. I had to go meet a contractor this morning, had to go back to the house at 1 to let another one in to let this deal happen. I think I ran through Chick-fil-A for a sandwich and a tea for lunch, doing a podcast this afternoon, and then I've got a call at 4 I've got to be on, and then probably meeting another contractor in Irwin at 5:30 to let him in another house to fix up a house for a client that we've got coming down from Maryland. So it's all over the place. Every day is a little different, which is kind of hard in our business. And then I'm also working on a team. We've got some awesome agents on our team, and so I'm pouring into them, helping build them opportunities as well. I want them to flourish and grow. We also have a property management division, so I'm talking to my property manager a couple of times already this morning. We're talking about some other stuff. Returning calls, got 100 emails. It's just text. Right, and text. I apologize if I haven't texted you back. There's like 1,000 of them that come in every day. And so trying to juggle it all is really where I'm trying to focus right now. And Kristen and I just bought full focus planners, so we're going to get focused. And,
do you have a hard stop time every day? Work is stopping at this time, period.
In my mind, yes. I mean, I've kind of set like, it's 8 o'clock. All right, if somebody calls and I'm working on a deal, sure. I mean, I've written contracts at 10 o'clock at night just to get it done because we're in a competitive industry. And sometimes if you snooze, you lose. And so I don't want people to, they say if you think on it, you might not sleep in it. So we want you to get your house, and sometimes that's late. But usually around 8 o'clock, I'm kind of done.
Yeah, well, you got to go to bed at that time.
Got to go to bed sometime, right? So it's usually about 10:30. Carly and I are like, all right, it's night time.
Yeah, that's good. Mitch and I, maybe that's something that we could do a whole podcast episode. But yeah, finding that work-life balance and being able to disassociate a little bit and cut it off is difficult. And you know that the success of other people and other things and your income, there's always something to do.
Yeah.
So that is something I've had to learn. I'm a little less far along in my business journey than you are, but that's been something I've been working on the last couple years, having a little separation between
and for you guys with social media stuff, like in your genre, I mean, you can always be creative, right? And you can always be posting things that
Yes.
are generating activity, and you're like, okay, well, what's going to be next? And then you can be researching, so either posting or researching or filming and doing stuff. And so I could
Yes.
see where it would just be like, okay, we need to shut it off. So do you guys have a good?
We've gotten better. I used to work at all times and all hours of the day, and Mitch
Yeah.
would get after me. I want to watch a movie with you, or we need to go do something.
Right, let's
with
go walk the
friends.
dogs or something. Yeah.
But those first 5 years I think are the hardest when you're really trying to build something, and once you get a little bit momentum going, I feel like it gets a little bit easier. So
Yeah.
it's getting a little bit easier now. Most days we try and be done with work around 5 or 6. So.
Gotcha. What's next for Maypop Media?
Well, that's a great question. We moved to a new office,
This
which
place is
fun.
awesome. Like we just moved the ETSU Innovation Laboratory, right?
So we're kind of a little bit part of campus, which is fun, and there's a lot of other cool people here, which I'm sure we're going to have some cool podcast guests coming up,
We
because
just had
I've
Mata
already
in
said,
the-
y'all come chat with Colin.
Oh, it's super cool.
But yeah, so this is kind of a new thing for us, and getting set up in our new space. We have an office space too, and we're going to have another set in there, so there can be like 2 options.
We'll keep them on their
and,
toes, won't we?
Yes. And yeah, just kind of narrowing down the things that we're doing, because we've just kind of done a little bit of everything. We'd like to get a little more focused, like on the services that we offer, I guess.
What are the 2 things you guys are best at?
I think I'm best at the little bit more creative, artistic stuff. I love doing like wedding videos and like storytelling sessions where people are showing and telling their business, things like that. I love to hear people's stories and then also show them. So
Yeah.
I love the visuals of it and interweaving the music. Mitch is really good at getting things done like quickly. So sometimes I'm taking things too long, and sometimes he goes too fast, so we kind of balance each other out.
Yeah, and
In
he
that
is
way.
an unbelievable artist.
Mitch is an amazing
I mean,
artist.
he does all this technical stuff and super nerdy, but then he's also like this
Yes.
unbelievable creative artist guy. And so I'm like,
Yeah, that's actually something
How's
we're
he
going
do it
to
all?
infuse a little bit more into our business this
I like
year,
this.
and offering maybe some custom illustrations and
That'd be cool.
animations
Yeah.
and graphics and things like that to include more of his artistic brain.
I love it.
So
I love it.
we're excited. But yeah, being an entrepreneur, being a business owner is super fun.
Can be
And
challenging.
you have to roll with the punches for sure.
Sometimes.
I want to hear, Colin, like, people always do these like real estate market updates, right? Like, what's hot? Is it a buying market or a selling market? Is it a good time to buy a house or not? My personal opinion is it's always a good time to buy a house. Like,
Yeah, why is that, Marissa?
because the best time to buy a house was probably 20 years ago.
And then-
but I wasn't alive.
Yeah.
Well, I was alive, but
Like
I
the
wasn't
Chinese
in-
proverb, the best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago or today.
Yeah, I just don't feel like it's ever like, but that's my opinion. Like, I don't want to wait around 4 years to see if the rates drop or something changes.
Yeah.
Or it's just like,
What-
if you need a house, like, go find something, and then maybe you can find something else later down the road.
And if you look at it historically, the appreciation beats the interest rate. So if you sit there and you say, I'm going to wait till rates come down to,
Yeah.
say, 5, like they were a couple of years ago, I don't think we'll get down into the high 5s, I think, but I don't know if we're going to be at like 5 or 4 or 3. Like we have we have a rate at 3, and I'm like, thank you, Jesus. But
Yes.
I think those days are behind us. But if you sat there and you're like, all right, I'm going to wait, and you don't buy your, say, $400,000 house, well, over time, you missed it, right? Yeah, because now it's a $500,000 house that you can't afford, and we're seeing a lot of that like right now, just because the appreciation in our market's been so great. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like great as in exponentially crazy. Like
Yes.
prices doubled. And so if you bought a house 5, 6 years ago, you're doing great. You've got a
Yeah.
lot of equity in your house, and you can pull that out. There are different ways to do that. You could reach out and we can teach you how to do that, and then use that to buy another house instead of like a home equity line of credit, or you can do some other things. But yeah, I think it's a great time to buy every day.
Got to get on the board.
You got to get on the board. I like that. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, you can take that from me.
Yeah.
So what can give me maybe a little maybe we could compare and contrast. What can $200,000 get you around these parts?
So back when I started, you could get a nice ranch, like a 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath, brick, driveway, all that fun stuff for like $100,000. This is 25 years ago, right?
Yeah.
And then I was like, man, a few years ago I was like, that's like a $200,000 house. And now like 200, you're getting something that needs some work, and it's small, or something kind of pretty small. We've got some good friends now looking for something around 250, 275. It's hard. I mean, that's it's just crazy. I mean, I'm going, and I'm like, my heart hurts because I'm like, how do you make it? You know, if you're on a fixed income, and then there are a lot of the older people who are on fixed incomes, like they can't move because they're like, we got it locked in, and our rates are right. Yeah, we're not changing anything because we're afraid to get in. But yeah, so 200 is not going to get you a whole lot in Johnson City. We could maybe find a condo around 225.
Yeah, a little condo or a fixer-upper.
A fixer-upper, it's going to need some work, depending on. And then so geographically, the closer you're into town, the more expensive stuff is, unless you're kind of in Boones Creek area or, Carroll Creek area. Some of those areas are more expensive than even downtown. And then the Tree Streets right over the hill here is a little microcosm where all the prices are expensive in there. It's just the price per square foot is really high. So it's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
For 200, we may be out in the county looking at stuff. And and there are a lot of great properties that have awesome views. And so, yeah, we can find you something around 250 probably.
Yeah.
But you're going to drive.
Maybe little starter home. Mitch and I got our first house right at 200. And that was a few years ago.
Yeah.
But,
little starter house.
by the skin of our teeth.
And then, you may be looking
But we got on the board.
And you may be looking at the modular market. I used to be like, don't buy a mobile home. They're not going to appreciate in value. Well, I'm eating my own words now because we've helped a few people buy modular homes or mobile homes. And they've appreciated it really well.
Yeah.
So,
that's what we want to do next with you when we're ready is we want to buy some land and maybe put a little modular home or something, at least for a while. And then maybe 7 years down the road when we have more money, we can build a like forever home on the same property. But you've already got the land,
Yeah, and then have that as a guest house.
Have that as a guest house.
Have it as a rental, make money off it. Airbnb, that's right.
Short-term rental, sorry.
Yeah.
Not brand specific.
Oh, that's right. Sorry. Short-term to
VRBO.
midterm. We've even let somebody stay there 6 months, midterm, 3 months, 6 weeks, something like that.
So now if somebody had a little bit more budget, what can maybe, let's say $400,000 get you around this?
Yeah, I mean, 400, you're looking at some better stuff for sure. You're going to find a nice house that's going to be probably in the 2,000 square foot range. I mean, price per square foot in our area goes from probably 160-ish. It's going to need some work all the way up to 225 is going to be a good, you're going to be in a better at 225 a foot. So at 400, you're around that 2,000 square foot number, 3-bedroom, 2-bath kind of thing. That's not going to need a whole lot. Closer to town.
It's a good mid-range.
Yeah, we can find you something close to wherever your kids want to go to school and that kind of thing. So it's a good mid-range. The average price range for our team is around that 360 number. And then in our market, it's about 300 now. So there's still some stuff being sold lower, but it's creeping up, which is kind of crazy. And then we're hoping to close some stuff that's over $1 million, which is like we used to do one of those every 5 years or something, and then now we're doing $2 or $3 million houses a year. So it's interesting how it's really escalating.
Yeah. Well, that's great to know. Now, let's just say there's some folks out there, they want to get on the board.
They want to get on the board. Yep.
They want to start the game of Monopoly.
Yep.
What is maybe a couple homework items they can start with right now, such as start saving money at how much X amount, like ballpark, and maybe just a couple other things that people can start getting in the row before they call you?
I think I would going to rewind a little bit. I'd say just call me. And we can start and kind of figure out where you are, where your plans are, and then I've got resources and people to help get you down the road, to get on the board.
Yes.
So step one would be, we just talk about it. Like, where are you wanting to be? What's your income look like? Where can we kind of go? And what kind of house do you like? And what do you guys like to do? You don't want to live somewhere where you don't, it may be like, oh, well, we love snowboarding every day. And I'm going to be like, well, Johnson City's not your place. Like, we need to find someplace in Park City, Utah for you. But we, figuring out what they want, and then I can connect them with a great lender, because usually, unless you're just loaded, you don't have cash to do it, so you're going to finance. And so Twan Wynn is my dearest friend, and he's a good mortgage partner. And I'd say, let's sit down with Twan. Let's figure out, your what you can afford, and what you may be able to afford a $600,000 house. You may not like the payment. So let's figure out a payment you kind of like, and then once you get pre-approved at that point, then we go looking at houses.
That's great. I actually really like how you phrase that, because maybe sometimes people are thinking, oh, I've got to check all these boxes before I even talk to a real estate agent. But I love hearing you've got resources in place. You've got things that you can help people through the whole process.
We've easily done over 1,000 deals, right?
Yeah.
And so we've seen almost everything. I'm not going to say we have, because who knows? We may dig up some sort of alien ship in some yard at some point, but who knows? But I think we've done it enough times to be able to really walk someone through the whole process. And I just love starting out, and they're like, yeah, we want to kind of get a house. And then boom, it was closing day. We found the dream house. We got it under contract. We went through all the inspections, got through their appraisal, got over all those hurdles. And it's closing day, and they're getting their house. I mean, it is so much fun.
Yeah.
And we sold a house the other day, and a gentleman and his wife, this was the first house they'd ever bought. He's a veteran. She grew up in foster care. And their little baby, I got to hold their baby while they're signing papers. It was one of the most special things. I was just like sitting there so full of gratitude because of this family that just got to get their first house, and he was like, I never thought we'd be able to do this. And Twan helped out with that one. It was just great.
That really puts this perspective on, it's not just a house, it's a home.
It really, that's kind of cliche, but it really is, it is a home. It's like intimate and close, and people, you grow up your kids, you do a lot of love there, you fight sometimes in there, you watch movies, you cook stuff, you have memory after memory. It's just a special place.
Yeah.
Home is really cool.
I love that. Well, if any of you guys are needing a home,
or
if you want to just get on the board
and just get a house, we'll rent it out for you.
You don't even have to complete a checklist. You can just call Colin.
Yeah, and if you have multiple units that you need to manage, we're looking to grow our property management side of things. We've got an unbelievable guy, Millard Silverio. He's fantastic. He juggles 1,000 different things every day, but we'll take excellent care of your property, help it grow in value, protect your property, and then you're going to grow wealth through real estate there, and it's very passive. So I tell you to reach out about that one too. So we're wanting to grow that. Yeah.
So how can people get in touch with you? You giving out your personal phone number?
I'm an open book. Call me, text me, email me. But,
just not past 8 p.m.
Probably call. You're right. Call me is number one way. 423-677-7440. Text me at the same number. This is the order of response time probably. And then emails last. And my wife gets on me. She's like, you got so many emails, bro. And I'm like, I know. And then if you call 423-930-8003, you'll reach one of the most loveliest people in the whole state of Tennessee. Her name's Tammy Whiteside. She handles all the backside stuff, and she's fantastic. And so that's a good way to get in touch with somebody really quickly. And then she'll make sure I get out in touch with you.
I love it. Well, we are on a road to get the YouTube channel monetized, so don't forget to click the subscribe button.
Let's go.
And we appreciate you guys for being here, for watching.
Yeah.
It's fun to interview you today, Colin. We'll have to do more of these.
Marissa, I think you did a way better job. I'm like a little nervous that I'm gonna come in next week and be like, hey, on the Johnson City Living podcast, why don't you just watch this week, and I'm gonna handle it.
There you go. There you go. Well, thanks for joining us, guys. We will see you next time on the Johnson City Living podcast with Colin Johnson.
Unless you want to see me first at some house I'm showing you or selling you. That'd be great too.
Give him a call.
Yep.
Bye,
Have a great
everybody.
day.